Taylor Neely.
Hey,
What is up, dude?
how's it going? Good to be here. Welcome to Eric's podcast, everyone.
Yes.
Beautiful home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you own this place or rent?
I do own this place.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Where are you from?
I am from here. I've lived here for 20 years. I used to live in California,
Yeah.
but I've been here a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're from Ohio.
Yeah. Columbus.
Yeah. You ever miss it?
Yeah, I guess. I usually go home for the 4th of July, and this is the first summer I won't be home for the 4th of July ever in my entire life. I'm 29 years old. And so 28 4th of Julys I've made it in Ohio.
Dang, 28. Why'd you kibosh on 29? What happened?
My parents' house burnt down.
Wow, how did that happen?
Insurance scam.
They did it themselves?
Yep. The house
What?
is worth like $2.3 million, so they're going to get a lot of money.
Oh, wow. And so they were like, yeah, let's
burn it down.
That's incredible. That reminds me of Fairly Odd Parents when they broke that vase and made money.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's okay.
What's Fairly Odd Parents?
It was a TV show from like the early 2000s.
Was it on Disney Channel?
It was on Cartoon Network. Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents.
Was it on Cartoon Network? I thought it was on Nick. No, Cartoon Network makes more
I think
sense.
you're right.
Was it
I
on
think
Nick?
you're right. I think it
on
was
Nick.
Nickelodeon.
I think they have a Fairly Odd Parents ride at Universal Studios or something.
Did it really?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I didn't think that they. I don't feel like they deserve a ride. Fairly Odd
It's a pretty
Parents.
big show, I thought.
Yeah, but I mean, SpongeBob ride I get. Fairly Odd
SpongeBob
Parents.
is huge. SpongeBob is $1 billion business.
Oh yeah, yeah. SpongeBob I would completely understand, but Fairly Odd Parents.
I think Fairly Odd Parents is probably bigger than SpongeBob.
What?
I think more people across the world. I think more people probably get Fairly Odd Parents more than SpongeBob. I don't think that many people know what SpongeBob is.
You're fucking with me right
No,
now.
I've asked. I've gone around
Brother.
to people and said, I make SpongeBob references, and that people are like, I don't. What are you talking
You
about?
could go to a cave in Afghanistan and make a SpongeBob reference, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we know what that's about."
I don't think so.
But Fairly Odd Parents,
Yeah,
they're going to be like,
Oh yes, I know Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents,
Cosmo, Wanda.
Icky Vicky,
Yeah.
Icky Vicky.
Oh yeah, My Shiny Teeth and Me.
Is that another one?
That's the song, My Shiny Teeth and Me by Chip Chipperson.
Was that from Fairly Odd Parents?
Yep.
Oh wow! She got under the couch. Now we can move the desk.
Get her on the pod.
I tried to give her a mic, but
Yeah.
she doesn't talk, so it's just
A dog
she's just
is
sort of a
something wrong
bummer.
with her
She's terribly traumatized.
from you hit her.
No,
She went to war.
I wish. No, she had another owner
Yeah.
that just like locked her in a cell, I think,
Jeez.
with like peanut butter on the walls for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah. She killed some cats. Like this dog hates cats.
Yeah.
And she likes to be under stuff all the time. So
She was so. That's why would you own a dog if you're not gonna have it out?
I don't know.
Like, this isn't like a dog you chain up in a yard either. It's not like a
Not at all.
Rottweiler.
Not at all. I think my guess is she probably killed the cat and then they just treated her like shit until they got rid of the dog.
Oh, I see.
That's what my guess is.
The other day, my ex-girlfriend texted me saying someone left she works at Uptown Sports Bar.
Uptown, funk you up.
And she said someone they abandoned some dogs there.
They just left him in the backyard.
No, they left them in like the on the patio.
They just said, we're just going to... That's actually
At a
genius.
restaurant.
If you're thinking of abandoning a dog, that's a place to do it.
I had some cats and I left them at a church.
That's nicer, I think. Because
had
at
to
least there's someone
betrayed
holy
me.
that's going to take care of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
Well,
dropping
no.
him off at the fire station.
It was a Chinese church, so and that's true.
You just left a cat at a Chinese church?
Yeah, I left two because they attacked me. They
Dude,
flipped out on me.
what a crazy alliteration. I left a cat at a Chinese church. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's probably like a Robert Frost poem or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's poetic.
Robert Frost. Name all your favorite poets. Go.
Robert Frost, because you just said it. Other than that, I couldn't name another one.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss, I guess, counts.
Walter White.
Walter White.
I
Walter White was in Breaking Bad.
think he was also
You're thinking
a
of
poet.
Walt Whitman.
Yep.
That's it.
Wasn't his name off of Walt Whitman? Wasn't that why he named himself Walter White?
I remember that. I don't know.
I always thought they should do a SpongeBob Breaking Bad crossover.
That would be funny. They used to do, dude, some of the crossovers they used to do as a kid were fucking bananas. And you don't like the Jetsons and the Flintstones? You ever see that one? Holy shit. That was cinematic. Rugrats and...
You're a lot older than me, so I didn't watch.
Dang. What am I, 31? You're 29?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. That might be enough for a gap in like television.
I've never seen any of the Jetsons. I think I've seen some of the Flintstones, but...
Yeah. Flintstones... Well, now they're like on Boomerang.
Yeah, I couldn't wrap my mind around driving a car with your feet. That's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, that is a bit rough. Yeah.
I just hated that part so much. It pissed me off.
What
it
was
would hurt your feet? Your feet would get calluses on them.
They crossed over Rugrats with someone. Who was that with? Have you seen Rugrats?
With Tommy Pickles?
Yes.
No, I've never seen it. I think it was with Cat Dog.
Wild Thornberrys.
That would make sense.
Wild
They look
Thornberrys makes
similar.
sense. Yeah. But she was like 15, the Thornberry lady, and she hung out with Donnie, and Donnie was a little. Wow. You remember that guy?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You never seen any of these? Damn.
No.
To plant your flag firmly on Fairly Odd Parents above all
That's
the
the best
rest.
show of all time. behind Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
That's pretty good.
Those two shows are all I've ever watched.
You never watched Disney Channel?
What?
Zach and Cody?
Who?
Never.
No.
Zach and Cody make a porno?
Second point.
What was the other ones?
Hannah Montana.
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire, Zoe 101.
Ooh, I can see you standing here.
Right. That's So Raven.
That's So Raven. You know that one, right?
No.
Yeah. What else? What about more anime? You ever watch Pokemon?
I did watch Pokemon. I recently with my ex-girlfriend, she had me watch Attack on Titan. Which actually, I enjoyed. I watched the whole series.
Big fan of that.
I mean, I liked it. It's not my favorite show of all time, but as far as anime goes, I liked it.
You watch the Miyazakis?
Is that like Irio Dreams of Sushi?
No, it's like Spirited Away.
Oh yeah.
Princess Mononoke, shit like that.
I saw Spirited Away growing up at some point on Cartoon Network. They would play. Well, I don't even consider Spirited Away like anime.
I would say the same. I think that's the most entry level anime that it's almost not anime.
It's more just like Japanese cartoons.
Exactly.
Anime is a specific look.
Yes.
And I noticed with watching Attack on Titan, it's kind of like the images don't move all the time.
Yeah.
They're kind of like
you
comic
can tell
books.
that they just drew it and they just put a drawing up and he's just standing there.
No, but they just they do move, but they just don't move as much as regular cartoons. Like they're more in place and just their mouth moves.
Interesting. What about Dragon Ball Z?
I didn't like Dragon Ball Z.
No?
No, I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one either. But yeah, I wasn't much of a fan of any animes until I saw the Miyazaki films, which now you're arguing isn't an anime. So now I think I'm just not a fan of anime.
Well, it just doesn't look like an anime. I'm not that big a fan of anime.
Yeah, me neither.
I did my ex-girlfriend wasn't into anime until she watched Attack on Titan, and then she kind of changed her mind.
Yeah.
But there's some funny ones like Chainsaw Man or One Punch Man.
One Punch?
I've never seen it.
One Piece?
One Piece.
One Piece is good.
Death Note. Apparently Death Note is good.
Death Note apparently is good.
So.
Again, completely speaking without any knowledge of any of this stuff. Mm-hmm. It's all like...
Yeah, I'm more into car review videos.
Yeah, you like Top Gear?
It's fine.
I
haven't watched a lot of it.
Yeah?
I've only watched some of it.
I watched one episode the other day and I was like, I completely understand why this show gets all the hype it does. This is fucking hilarious.
Well, now it's different hosts.
They changed the host?
Mm-hmm. It was those three guys for a while. Jeremy Clarkson and...
Yeah, I was watching with the three guys. The three guys were good.
If it was Jeremy Clarkson and James May and one other guy. Those were like the original ones that were great. Now, and then it was, fuck, I don't remember his name. And now it's like two other guys. And it was the guy from Friends for a minute.
Joey?
Yeah, the one that
How you
die.
doing? That guy?
I don't know. I thought that
Chandler?
was the Fonz.
The guy that died?
The Fonz. That's who you did. You just did the Fonz.
The Fonz? I think the Fonz was a...
And then he said, how you doing?
No, I think... Hold on a second. The Fonz was...
They said, hey, how you doing? I'm walking in.
I'm walking in. Hey. Joey was, how you doing?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen Friends. I've actually never seen Friends. I've seen like an episode or two, but I have not watched
Never
all of
seen
Friends.
That's So Raven, Friends, SpongeBob, Flintstones, Jetsons.
Out of all those, I haven't seen Friends. I've seen like an episode or two of Friends, but
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
watched
yeah.
all of Friends.
I feel like I've seen more clips of Friends on TikTok and other shit than I've actually seen episodes. My cousin in Brazil,
Yeah.
he learned English just from watching Friends and How I
Wow.
Met Your Mother.
I don't like watching a clip from a TV show I've never seen on TikTok. I don't know what the point of that is.
I think it's if it's a good clip, you know, it just catches you, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, but what if you don't understand like the backstory and like the intricacies of the relationships of all these characters?
You know The Good Doctor? Have you seen that show?
The one about the retarded guy?
Yes. Clips are fantastic
Oh, really?
online. They're so good because it's him just being autistic as hell and like telling people like you're gonna die in like the
Really?
most heinous ways.
So he's an autistic doctor.
He's an autistic doctor.
That's funny.
It is funny because they took House. Remember the show House?
Yeah.
And they're like, what if we just made him not sarcastic and funny and just pure autism, and it actually kills.
Yeah, well, House, I guess you could probably make an argument that House, you know, people are trying to make the argument that Good Doctor is just a prequel to House, and the Good Doctor grows up to be House.
That is a stretch, but I like the thought process.
People are saying this. I don't agree.
Yeah.
I only ever saw the ends of episodes of House because I would watch The Simpsons and House was on before The Simpsons on Sundays.
Oh, really? I fucking love House. I love that show.
I did. Hugh Laurie's great.
He's amazing.
He's
It's
good.
probably my favorite show. I think I would say that.
He's a good musician. House?
Yeah.
There's better shows. Ever heard of Is It Cake?
Is it? Is that where they literally disguise shit as cake? Is it that?
Yeah, it's
Like where that girl sits on a couch and she's like, "Is this cake?" And then the couch is cake.
no, they just have like seven. Like they have one couch is cake,
Yeah.
and then there's a bunch of other couches that are not cake.
The problem I have with that show is I feel like they're wasting a lot of cake. You know what I mean? Nobody's eating, like, they sit in the cake and the girl's like, wait, is this cake? And they all have a good laugh. They don't just eat that cake afterward.
Yeah, I think they eat the cake. I think it's
Big office party.
Well, the film industry is very wasteful. I don't know if you know this, but film and television is very wasteful.
Yeah, that's what bothers me. The whole time they're laughing about a chair made out of cake. And I'm like, yeah, but are you going to eat that fucking cake, dude?
I think they probably give it to someone.
They got it. I hope so. I hope so. Because that's a lot of good cake right there that you're just fucking wasting.
But it's competition shows are now so funny because it's like you got 20 people all going against each other to compete for $1,000.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't win any money on these shows.
Like all the Mr. Beast shit?
I don't know. Who's Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast definitely
In your
gives off some
words-
good money.
Explain like I'm 5.
Okay, so Mr. Beast is a 20-year-old kid.
Is he the guy like if you eat this Tesla, you get to keep it?
That's generally, that's exactly right. I don't think I need to explain it. You just explain it
There
yourself.
was a comic in Atlanta named Vinny Bucci, and he documented eating a Ford Fiesta.
Yeah?
He would grind it up in like little these capsules. He would grind up the Ford Fiesta piece by piece and swallow the capsule. And he would shit out the capsule but absorb the Ford Fiesta. It's online somewhere.
The thing about that is, like, I don't think I would watch it, but that alone was already interesting. Just like describing that
I mean, if you
was
saw
more
this guy,
interesting.
though, you would say, yeah, that looks like a guy that ate a Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
He's not a very cool guy.
Why not pick a better car, too?
Yeah. I don't know. Ford Fiesta's cheap.
I guess it was affordable, yeah. You could probably get some funding someone to invest in, like, I'm going to ingest a Lamborghini. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool. But he probably didn't even buy a working Ford Fiesta.
You think they took the engine out?
I don't know if he ate the engine.
The shell of
think
a
about
Ford
like
Fiesta.
the gasoline and.
You ever seen L.A. Beast?
No.
Dude, this guy was
is it related
like
to Mr. Beast, or is it?
No, different, completely different dude. He'd be like, "This is a gallon of olive oil. I'm gonna drink the whole thing."
Ew.
And then he would just chug it.
Oh, that's not good for you.
It's not.
I think that's actually really bad for you.
It's so bad. And he would chug the whole thing, and then he would just be like, "I did it." And then
Would he
would
throw up?
He would either throw up, but then like that his colon was a slip and slide after that.
Something's I think that would like flood your. I don't think you can. I think that's like a lethal.
It's definitely better than butter. Like, so I mean, it can't be terrible.
What would happen if you ate butter?
Dude, it would clog your fucking veins up.
I saw a guy who was like carnivore diet or like ate no bread. He ate a lot of butter, and you could see his veins or like something in it. There's so much cholesterol, his veins were yellow.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
But no, he was in good health.
Oh yeah,
he's like peak health.
Then what was in his veins?
I don't know. I don't remember what was in his veins. I just remember they were like yellow from cholesterol.
I saw a video of this dude who drank 5 Red Bulls every day, and he died. He had a heart attack.
5. What size were the Red Bulls?
Like the ones that they have at the bar, like
the small ones.
Like the long, skinny ones.
Well, so there's 8 point because I've had 2 of those today.
Yeah,
the 8.4 ounce ones.
It's like a beer can. They're like the skinny version of those.
Yeah,
it's like that. I don't even know.
He only had 5 a day.
He had 5 a day every day for like 20 years or some shit. And then when the doctor did an autopsy on him and they opened his veins, they were like, "There's legitimately Red Bull in here. Like you could see the glistening in the veins of Red Bull."
That's not good.
It's not. Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel good. I drink a lot of Red Bull. I mean, I drink a lot of caffeine. I drink coffee immediately when I wake up. I probably have 500 to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine every day.
You seem like the kind of guy that does like his caffeine.
Well, I do, but the problem is if I try to stop, I'm going to get really bad headaches for like a week.
Yeah.
If I want to cut out caffeine, I'd need to take a week off of everything.
Yeah. So you know what happens when you stop caffeine, what happens to you?
Horrible headache.
Just a bad headache.
Feel really bad.
Have you ever just like taken ibuprofen and just tried to live it out?
That's not good for your liver.
An ibuprofen?
Yeah.
Do you think 2 Red Bulls are good for your liver?
I don't know. But yeah.
I don't know. I'll put you on the spot. Because I'm curious because I don't drink any caffeine.
Damn.
But I see people who drink a bunch and I'm like, that probably feels good. But also, if you just stop, what does that feel like?
It's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to be
that's
very
interesting.
uncomfortable.
If I drink a lot of caffeine, I'm fucking bouncing off the walls. I'm pooping every 10 minutes. And I'm just like,
yeah, it's the best part.
The pooping?
Pooping every 10 minutes is pretty fun.
Is it really?
It's really fun.
Yeah. You probably have a really clean colon.
I don't know. A lot of red stuff usually when I'm done.
Oh, yeah. That's blood, my guy.
No. I think I just poop red.
You got a hemorrhoid, my friend.
I did have a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, so did
I. And then it went away.
Oh, yeah?
Mine just disappeared.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
I got it from smoking crack, though.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get it from smoking crack. I Googled this after.
You get a hemorrhoid for smoking crack? What does crack do to your ass?
Just with the vasoconstriction or the opposite of that, whatever that is, it causes just it to happen. And then it went away.
And you pop that shit.
No.
Do you think that crack and caffeine have a similar effect? And No?
Crack is so strong.
Right.
Like if you drink a cup of coffee and then compared it to if you ran an experiment where you're like, okay, we're going to test if I can tell the difference between smoking crack and a cup of coffee, I guarantee you'll be able to tell the difference with crack.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering if that edge is like, dang, if I can just get close enough, drink more coffee, drink more Red Bulls. No,
because caffeine dumps a little bit of dopamine, and crack dumps like the most dopamine possible.
Oh yeah,
into your brain. Yeah.
I did meth once in high school.
It's great,
but I've never done crack.
Well, meth is if you're gonna compare like cocaine to meth, which crack is just cocaine you smoke. Meth is a more efficient drug. It lasts longer. It's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
It feels better, I guess. I don't know. They both feel good.
Yeah.
Afterwards, when it's done, they suck. But
that's the shit part, is when it's over.
Yeah, that is the shitty part. But during it too, you can't really be. I mean, some people are able to do a little bit of meth for a long time. There are people who do meth for like 20 years and just go to work and they live a productive life.
Really?
But at that point, they're kind of treating it like Adderall.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Like
and you don't hear that a lot. Most of the people that are doing meth are not living a productive life, is what I would assume.
Depends how much they're taking. Like if you're taking just a little bit in the morning and going to work, and
that's an Adderall.
Basically.
Because Adderall is stronger than a lot of drugs I've done.
Adderall's an amphetamine.
Yeah.
It's way,
Yeah, for sure.
If you take a lot of Adderall, it gets you high.
Yeah,
Adderall just gets me high, but I don't need it. I don't have ADHD.
Right.
Or I don't know, I might, but I notice Adderall significantly when I take it.
Yeah, I notice it too, for sure. If I take it, I'm just...
My favorite meme I saw once was, what I like about taking Adderall is I feel good and bad at the same time.
Yeah?
I don't know if you relate to that.
That's pretty relatable, I'm not going to lie.
But it makes me feel pretty, like it's a little like euphoric, but also anxious.
Yeah, the anxiety is in there. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Adderall unless I'm drinking. Then it's like, okay.
Oh, Adderall and drinking is great.
Yeah.
If you take an Adderall, you have a banjo in here.
I do.
That's pretty cool. Do you play the banjo?
I did. I don't really play anymore. I don't think I could even do a roll, but the finger picks are around here somewhere. But I used to play banjo in college. Heard the Foggy Mountain Breakdown once, and I was like, I gotta learn how to do that.
Is that the song from that movie that takes place in Georgia?
You're thinking Deliverance?
Yes, it's a good movie.
That is Dueling Banjos.
That's right.
I
I have that on my Spotify playlist. But so if you want to like have a day party, if you have like an all day event, and it's an all day drinking event, and I don't drink anymore because I smoke crack. If you want to have like a whole day where you're drinking, taking an Adderall in the morning really helps you get through that entire day. But it depends. Probably take an extended release, because if you take a immediate release, it's only going to last like 4 hours where you feel the effects.
The extended is the pill, right?
They're both pills.
Oh, really?
One is just you can crush up and snort it.
Yeah, that's going to be immediate.
But snorting it really doesn't really enhance the effects.
Right.
Your nose is then just absorbing it.
But then is that faster?
Not really.
Really?
In my experience,
then you digesting it?
In my experience, you digesting it, it's the same effect mostly. As opposed to snorting it, sure, you might feel a little bit of a rush, but in my experience, you're just clogging up your nose.
Yeah.
Whereas you're just better off. You actually absorb more of it when you swallow it.
That's what I would assume, because then it's going through your fucking your digestion and all that.
Yeah, you just lose some of it. This is just what I've read on Reddit.
Yeah.
My experience with snorting it and taking it are pretty much the same.
About boofing, you ever boof something?
No, but I would. I haven't, but I bet it works. It's the most efficient way to do drugs.
That's what I've heard. Like in Hot Tub Time Machine, the warm paper towel. I was like, is that a thing? Is people actually doing?
What were they shoving up their ass?
Ritalin.
Oh wow.
Which is just like Adderall for babies.
Yeah, Ritalin is like the first Adderall.
Yeah. But I think that's kind of done now. That movie did come out in like 2007. So
when I was in high school, my friend would get Ritalin and Concerta, and they were similar to Adderall. I just don't know. I would like to ask ChatGPT what the difference between Ritalin and Adderall is.
Yeah, we can ask.
Let's ask ChatGPT what the difference is. Can you bring it up on the screen?
Yeah,
you can on this thing.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So this is good info for my podcast. So this is your phone just goes to your computer.
My phone.
Or your phone is. How's your phone broadcasting to the computer right now?
So they can't see this, is what.
They can't see any of this.
No, they can't see
Oh,
this.
okay.
I have to share the screen,
Gotcha.
but I'm just not.
But could you if you wanted to?
I think I could. I would just go in here, and then I would do
Interesting.
like add
Yeah.
a guest or like share. Yeah, share screen.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And then I could share.
Captain Handsome Unfiltered. Who's Captain Handsome?
He was the last guest I had.
Who's Captain Handsome?
He's a guy in Dallas. He wanted to keep his name anonymous because he teaches in school, and he didn't want the clip to go.
Is he a comic?
He did comedy for for time like a couple of weeks ago.
What a dumb thing to say. He didn't want the clip to go viral.
Yeah, I know.
That's so dumb.
He was just like, I just want fully no one to see this at all. And I was like, all right, dude. So he had a costume on and everything.
I don't like this guy. I don't know who. Is he a comic?
He did, like I said, he did comedy for 2 weekends.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. But
is he handsome?
I mean, yeah, I think so. But, the whole thing is that he has the, what do you call it, like a suit on.
Everything about this guy you're telling me I don't like. But I don't know him. I just don't.
Ritalin acts a bit faster, peaks sooner in the bloodstream. Adderall tends to last longer. Wow, yeah, like 20 to 30 minutes is how it... Okay, no, 3 to 4 hours is how long it lasts on Ritalin. Adderall is 4 to 6, 8 to 12. Active ingredient.
Methylphenidate. One is amphetamine salts. Amphetamine and dextroamphetamine. So there are different types of stimulants.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Both affect. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I just try to stay away from them though. I like a downer better than I like a.
As I've gotten older, I love a downer so much more. And OxyContin, god damn.
Oh man, I was telling this to someone else the other day. Like when I got a tooth pulled, they gave me Vicodin for a week.
Yeah, it's the best.
Fucking A, that was amazing. Holy shit. I'd never been like I could get addicted to a drug until I had that. I was like completely understand.
You would love heroin.
Yeah, that's the thing. Heroin is like can't try that.
The thing about an oxycodone is it relaxes you, but I take an oxycodone, I'm productive. I get stuff done. It like kind of picks me up.
Oh, really?
It just makes me feel good.
Really? Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I don't know. It doesn't make me. It does. Sure. If I were like sitting down, I would be relaxed. But also, if I have to get up and do stuff, it like gives me energy to do stuff.
That's interesting.
Honestly, it's the perfect drug.
I think it is.
Besides
too.
how horrifically addicted you get to it.
That's the thing.
And so I'm very addicted to kratom right now. I'm trying to get off it. Specifically, these kratom extracts, like Feel Free. It's like a kratom and kava extract.
I was at Kratom and Kava, that tea shop.
Yeah,
I was there the other day. I didn't get a drink because I wasn't sure what the menu intimidated me. I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Kratom is like at low doses, it kind of acts as a stimulant. At high doses, like really high doses, it feels like a Vicodin.
Really?
And I've been taking it every day for like 3 or 4 months now, and I was doing really good. I was really good at tapering down, but then something happened recently where I was like, oh, I'm going to treat myself, and then now I'm back to like 4 or 5 of these extracts a day, and it's just really, and the withdrawals are just like an opiate withdrawal. So it's very annoying to get off of.
That sucks. Dang, and they can sell that publicly? It's not illegal or anything? Kratom. I see people making people say it's like the thing that you use to get off of a Vicodin addiction.
Yeah, but then you're just addicted to kratom.
You're just addicted to kratom. Oh. Is it it's not expensive, is it?
Well, the kratom extracts the Feel Frees that you get at a gas station are like $9 a thing. And I drink one a whole time, so if I take 5 a day, that's $50.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a pretty addictive personality, would you say?
Yeah.
How do you think that started?
Well, I mean, I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict, so that is I think that's just a genetic thing.
Yeah.
So I think it just started from birth.
Yeah.
I think it's just passed down from your parents.
You just have
And some people, like my brothers, they're not alcoholics or drug addicts, but my uncle, my dad's brother, he's an alcoholic. My dad has like alcoholic tendencies, but he's doing fine mostly.
Setting his house on fire.
I lied about that. And But so it started. I think it's just a genetic thing. So I don't think there's any point where it starts.
Yeah. What do your brothers do?
Strippers.
You lying again?
Yeah. They're engineers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Are they younger?
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 2 or 3.
Oh, you're the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, nice. I'm the younger. My sister's 31. No, 34. That's right, 34. I'm 31. But yeah, that's interesting. Ohio boys. They in Austin too, or no?
Mm-mm. Keith is still in Ohio. He just got married. He works for Abercrombie and Fitch as a engineer for like a new store.
They have an Abercrombie and Fitch engineer.
I hate explaining this to people because everyone is confused. Whenever they open a new store, he designs like the air duct systems in the store.
Oh, wow, what a specific job.
And then my other brother, he's an energy engineer, and he lives in Charleston, but he works remote, so he kind of just he lived in Denver for a little bit, and I live in Charleston. He's just like trying out cities.
He's just vibing.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
That is
if you work remote, just like live in this city for a year, live in the next city for a year.
That is dope.
I see that seems like a really fun way to.
That would be fun. I just don't like moving.
Yeah, moving sucks.
Moving
and then I feel like you'd have
blows.
to be a pretty minimalist person to be able to do it, which
Yeah.
it kind of is.
Yeah.
My problem is I like stuff too much.
Yeah. What's your favorite stuff?
I just got some new wheels and tires for my truck. That was fun. So I like modifying my truck. Golf. I like golf stuff. But I've kind of like I got everything golf wise for my bag, so I don't really need more golf stuff. I'm kind of good on golf gear for a while.
So golfing, truck, comedy. When did you get into that? In Ohio?
What?
Comedy.
The first time I did comedy was in Ohio in college. I did like comedy. It was like once or twice a week I would do comedy because that's all there was. And then I went to college for acting, and I got a BFA, a Bachelor of Fine Arts in acting. And then that's why I moved to Atlanta for acting. And then the pandemic started, and I was doing social media at this improv theater. And I was doing their social media and also doing improv. But then once COVID started, improv was online, which really sucked. And I was also smoking a lot of crack at the time. I was like, hey, guys, I need to take a break. And then I went and stopped doing improv. And then I started doing stand-up again. And I was like, oh, I like doing this. And then I just kind of stopped doing auditions and stuff.
Yeah. So you've been doing improv and acting for a while then.
Let's see. First time I did comedy was in college, and that would have been 2014. But that was like, I wouldn't say that's when I started comedy. It's like the first time I did it. But the first, when I like started comedy seriously for real was like a little over 4 years ago.
For like stand-up.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Then,
acting classes would be. You think they're helpful from like when you look at like what you do? You think that acting classes are like, there's something that I've taken from my acting courses that I can translate.
I think improv is more beneficial for stand-up than acting, but I think it all kind of helps each other. Yeah,
that is interesting. Because Tim is also into improv and stuff like that.
Tim Stiefler,
yeah.
He did improv for like 10 years.
Yeah.
He did it for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, that definitely helps. I think that even though he's only been doing stand-up seriously for like not even 2 years, I think 10 years of improv experience
just helps you out.
Gives him an extra 1 or 2 years on top.
For sure.
Because it just makes you comfortable on stage and in the moment.
Yeah. You feel the same then?
Sometimes. I did when I first started doing stand-up. But now that I've been doing strictly stand-up for 4+ years, I don't feel... The improv muscle doesn't feel as strong as it once did.
Do you still do like improv bits? No?
I mean, I'll riff and stuff on stage, but I don't have time to... In Atlanta, I would go to these improv jams and still do improv a little bit here and there.
Right.
But here, the improv scene doesn't seem as strong.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of any improv stuff. Or
they do, but just it's not as... I mean, stand-up is so...
Yeah, it's over. It's encompassing.
Yeah, right now it's one of the... Austin is one of the most popular cities that people are moving to for stand-up. At least new comedians.
Right.
That'll probably slow down at some point, though.
I think it will, too.
I think it's definitely reached the peak of where... It can't go anywhere else.
Right.
More people can move here, but it'll just... be more.
But every week I run into someone who's like, I just moved here. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's still happening.
Yeah.
But it's pretty nuts. Yeah. So you're Kill Tony. You were on again.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How'd you feel about it? How'd it go?
It was fine.
Yeah.
I think the first one was more fun. This one was more. The story was more interesting. Well, they were both fun. The first one I think was more fun as far as like what happened, and this one was kind of just more straightforward. It was fine. I mean, I got some clips out of it, but
yeah,
it's not really gonna like Tim Stiefler. He did his. If you're gonna, I think the only way to pop off from Kill Tony is you have to do something so different. Like Tim did a character.
Yeah, and he fucking blew the lights off that place.
But even his character, and he knows it is a Andrew Dice Clay kind of ripoff.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why people like it.
But that's why it's funny.
Because people they're like, I've seen a Reddit comment that was like, Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Like, thumbs down. Andrew Dice Clay parody, thumbs up.
That's exactly.
Which is funny, I didn't think about it as I don't think he even intended it to be an Andrew Dice Clay parody. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's kind of like Andrew Dice Clay, but he's like, has a heart.
Yeah.
There's like a genuine side to it.
Yes, and there's a real aspect. I mean, I don't know. I think it's funny that he's doing that. It's like if I went up there and I completely ripped off another comic like Jim Carrey, to the point where it's so obvious, it's still funny. It's like, okay, that's funny.
And it doesn't like...
It's like the AI Mark Normand.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, as a guy who just dresses like Mark Normand and does like, I'm AI Mark Normand, and he goes, hey, feeling kind of gay. Oh, hey, like, and
he goes on stage and does that.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
Hilarious.
And he was on the Adam Ray Dr. Phil show, and they were like, we got AI Mark Normand, and he's just like, hey, feeling good, little hungover, little gay. Oh, just like that's his whole shtick.
That's pretty funny.
It is very funny.
But the thing is, I guess it doesn't, because part of me I think part of everyone wants to hate that because it feels like you're cheating, but it's also like,
it's funny.
What's the goal? Yeah, what's the goal of comedy? It's funny.
It's funny. That's it, dude. That's what was so funny about the Timmy No Breaks thing is that like it looked like Tony and all of them wanted to hate it. They did so it first, bad,
but it went so good. It's like
but it's so funny that it's like you have to laugh, dude. Just laugh. But no, it's crazy. I couldn't do a character like that. I'm always surprised by improv just because you have to. I don't know, like what they're teaching at improv, but it's just be so spontaneous.
Improv is a little more. I think what's fun about improv is you don't have to prepare anything.
Yes,
you just go into it, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, there are improv. You definitely, if you want to get good at improv, you stand up. This is my opinion. I feel like a lot of people hold this opinion. For stand-up, you just got to go do it. Don't fucking take a class. You know who teaches stand-up classes? Failed comedians.
Yeah.
And I guess a class can help you figure out joke writing and getting on stage and get comfortable with the idea of doing stand-up. But in a stand-up class, you're probably you're pretending to do stand-up.
Yeah.
You just have to go to open mics and do it and figure it out for yourself.
Completely agree.
Improv, there is a technique to it, and there are skills with improv you have to learn.
What are some techniques for improv? I'm actually very curious.
Yes and is the real big one.
What is that?
You always want to establish like the who, what, where, when. Like you want to get out like pretty quick. You want to establish like we're lumberjacks in a candy factory, and there's a little like the tiniest fire you've ever seen, but it is going to become a problem if we don't tend to it. So we might want to focus on that. And then like it's nighttime. So that should all come out at some point. And the more specific you get, the better the scene gets, because it's just like specificity is really helpful. And usually you want to go like there's like A to C thinking, which is like don't like the first like if I say peanut butter, what do you think?
Jelly.
Yeah. And then what's the second thing you think?
Bread.
Sure. So maybe then you would somehow mention something about bread. But I was like peanut butter, dog.
Oh, skip the second thought.
Yeah, go to the
third thought.
Yeah.
Oh, because that's what everyone's thinking.
Maybe.
So get ahead of what everyone's thinking.
Yeah. Or you can do the second thought and just go off of that. But you just don't want to sit on any impulses. Just kind of let you and don't try the funny will find the scene usually. So don't try to be funny. Don't try to go up there and be funny and do jokes.
It's just gonna be
You let the
just
funny
keep,
happen.
You
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kind of until it gets so ridiculous that it's like that's fucking hilarious.
But you want to really live, and then also acting comes into play there because it's like I did Meisner in college, and that's like living truthfully under the imaginary circumstances.
Oh, I like that. Living truthfully. Okay, so being as real as possible under the fake circumstances.
Yeah, and whatever the stakes are, just they're the highest stakes ever.
Yeah.
Even though like like lumberjacks, there's a tiny fire. I don't know. This is the most important thing to ever happen in the entire world.
You got to pretend like it is.
Yeah, or just it's just like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And acting is just pretending.
Mm-hmm.
And because I like one of the reasons I was really started focusing. I've always loved comedy, but like crying and stuff, just like I can't make myself cry, and like
that'd be tough
to get yourself into. I think people that can cry really easily, I think they're a little bit sociopaths, or like they can just manipulate their emotions. I don't know. I think there's something off if you can just like start crying.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's kind of girly. Girls can do it.
You think it's girly? I think it's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird to be able to make yourself
I think
cry.
it's actually incredibly manipulative.
Yeah, to be able to cry.
If you can just cry on demand, that's actually fucking terrifying. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? I wouldn't. I wouldn't think it's girl. I think it's evil. It's like, how the fuck were you able to do that?
It's good for acting.
Yeah, for acting, but a lot of actors are fucked up too.
Oh, a lot of actors suck. That's another reason I started doing comedy, focusing on comedy, because a lot of actors suck to hang out with.
Oh.
They're all just like, what do I have to, I got to say the right thing. I'll be whatever you want me to be.
Oh, they're just fucking cocksuckers.
What it turns into is because Hollywood is so like worried about, it's kind of shifted, but for a while it was worried about woke shit and being PC and being inclusive with everything. It was just like, actors are just a bunch of pussies and they suck to hang out with. And
do you feel, I don't know if you're still, can you get acting jobs here in Austin?
There Matthew McConaughey and Dennis Quaid and Woody Harrelson and Billy Bob Thornton and this lady actor, Renelle Zellweger. They like made a video of them trying to make a push to bring like filming here, which I think there is a push to bring filming to Texas. But I think that's with any like boom city, like because there's a lot of tech that came here.
Right.
I think the entertainment industry follows in some way.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I think, but I mean, it's interesting that it happened in Atlanta. Like Atlanta's always been a big acting town, but now it's like huge.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like it was kind of sold to me as like the problem with it happens with my earphones. Eventually, they hurt my ears.
You don't have to wear them if you don't want to.
No, I like to wear them. They keep me in the zone. These are nice. They're a lot nicer than mine.
Thank you.
I got my like some $14 Panasonic. They're nice, but these are
$14 Fortnite card.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Z-Bucks. Wait, V-Bucks.
V-Bucks. V-Fucks, dude.
But so when I was in college, there was a casting director from Tyler Perry. She came to my acting studio and kind of sold Atlanta as this next place to break into Hollywood. And as I was there, I was like, oh, yeah, Atlanta's fun if you want to be an extra or you want to do a bit part, but you're not going to get famous in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was kind of, she wasn't lying, but it's just like, they're just trying to get actors to go there. They're trying to get more people to go there. It's like, this is.
So they can pick up extras.
I don't want to be an actor so I can be a fucking extra.
But it could be, I mean, you could say the same thing about Austin. Like here, I mean, in Atlanta, if you're getting these extra spots, you get a portfolio, and then you go to LA and New York and be like, I was on these movies.
Yeah. That's kind of like,
You know what I mean?
Atlanta would be the stepping stone to LA or New York. But now with the internet, everything is so, you don't really even need LA or New York as much.
I agree with that.
Especially with comedy, because comedy now, LA doesn't seem like a great spot to start.
I don't think so.
And then New York, I mean, it seems like the two places you go are like, actually, the ideal thing.
I feel like LA and New York is where you finish now.
Ideally, what you do is what I did, which I didn't plan this, but start in a smaller scene, get good there, and then come to the bigger scene. Which I could have spent longer in Atlanta, but I just didn't like Atlanta anymore. I don't like that city.
Right. Why not?
It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
A lot of crime. My car got shot on the highway. Someone broke into my apartment. Someone broke into my truck. Someone broke into my other truck. Just a lot of violence. There's a lot of people there. Any city that has a lot of people, there's going to be a lot of violence.
Right. You don't have any complaints about Austin since you've been here?
Of course I do.
Like what?
Very hot.
Yes.
A lot of bugs.
Yes.
I don't feel the homeless are scary.
Right.
But I don't feel as unsafe.
They're not endangering
No.
In
Atlanta, I just felt like being at a gas station late at night just didn't feel safe.
Oh yeah, you're gonna die.
In Austin, it doesn't feel. Some places it feels like that. Any city, you're gonna feel like that in some places, but Austin doesn't feel as much like that.
Yeah, I agree. Very safe.
I don't hear as many gunshots going off in Austin. I do sometimes, and I live in Riverside, which is apparently the worst part of town.
Pretty bad. Yeah,
I don't feel that unsafe.
Riverside used to be a lot worse, though.
I heard
used to be a lot worse. I remember like 2018, 2017, driving by Riverside. It was like, yo, this is going to be scary as fuck.
I think they cleaned it up.
There's a lot of condos and shit out there now.
Joe Rogan mentioned something when Greg Abbott came on his podcast, so Greg Abbott cleaned it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, there used to be homeless like fucking mad out there.
There's still a lot.
There's still a lot, but it was way worse. Like that right across the HEB, the Riverside HEB.
Yes, yeah.
That little fucking, dude.
That was really bad.
There used to be like portal potties. It was like a slum. You remember like in the 1930s?
Yeah.
It looked like that shit.
Shanty towns.
Little shanty town.
But I do think that is kind of, you got to give them somewhere to be. I don't think having a homeless problem is not good. But there is part of me, because I've been in the world of drug addiction and like smoking crack with homeless people. There is part of me that I see that I was like, oh, it looks kind of like a big party.
Yeah.
Like when I see a big homeless
it reminds me of a rave.
Yeah. When I see a big homeless encampment and like you see sometimes they have a TV in there somehow.
Yeah.
I'm like, that kind of looks, it's probably a horrible way to live.
They're hanging out.
But there's part of me that's like, hey, you don't have anything to do.
But would you say your life is better now that you're not in that?
Of course.
That's what we're trying to say here. You know what I mean?
But there's part of me that romanticizes a homeless lifestyle.
Yeah. And I get that. But also, damn, you're pooping on the streets.
Right.
This is a public space.
It's the part of me that's like, the part of me that romanticizes it is the part that's like, burn everything down.
Yeah. And I get that. I do get that, because sometimes I see them drive and I'm like, look at that. Like you said, it's a rave. It's a bunch of dudes who are just like, fucking, yeah.
I think everyone has that inside of them, is capable of
becoming a homeless man.
Everyone is probably capable of, everyone has the potential to be homeless.
I agree. There's one of the homeless guys, I give him change sometimes on the way to the 888, my favorite Chinese restaurant.
Oh,
shout out.
888 has some of the best curry in the world I've ever had.
Brother, I've had some amazing curry there.
Their curry's so good.
So good.
I gotta get it soon.
Dude, that place slaps.
I had Whole Foods Hot Bar for lunch. Whole Foods Hot Bar is very good.
Whole Foods Hot Bar?
Whole Foods Hot Bar.
Whole Foods Hot Bar?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Whole Foods Hot Bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I actually don't go to Whole Foods fucking ever.
Really? I like it.
I go to that sketchy ass HEB. That's where I fucking reside.
The Riverside?
Yeah.
That's what I go to.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a hike for you compared to me.
There's nothing closer.
Yeah, there's nothing around here.
There's nothing.
I was driving.
Here,
I was like, "Am I going to a podcast studio?"
Yeah. No, this is.
They're like, it's like an office park and then a neighborhood.
They're gonna build an HEB somewhere down by McKinney Falls, but
Thank God.
Until then, it's fucking Zippo out here. I gotta take a hike all the way to the one by you.
But you said you own this place?
Yeah.
This is nice though.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I've been here. Going on 6 years. I think.
Wow. This is cool. This is like a real house too.
Yeah. And it's nice. It's a little out of, like you said, there's nothing around here, but it's still pretty easy to get downtown.
It's still your house. You have equity.
I got equity. I sell mortgages, so that's why I'm.
Oh, smart. Did you do your own mortgage?
It's actually illegal to do that.
Why?
Because then I would totally
give yourself a good deal.
Exactly.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry.
But you can be your own realtor, which is such fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but since 2008 and they ruined the economy, they were like really like, oh, mortgage people.
Oh, were mortgage people giving themselves mortgages back then?
No, so like in 2008, the whole move was, are you a stripper? And they're like, yes, cool, you're approved.
Yeah.
That was it. Or like, what, do you have a job right now? No. What's your credit? Bad.
Yeah. Right, they were giving. I've heard Tim Dillon talk about this.
Yeah, they would just give people loans for anything.
Dude, do you think there's anyone that got a loan in 2008 and they couldn't, but they still have that house? Like they're able to keep it?
And they couldn't? What do you mean they couldn't?
Like in 2008, when they were giving everyone loans, and a lot of people lost those homes.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone was able to keep that house and still have that loan?
I think some people, yeah. I for sure think I think some people came out like a bandit and were able to keep their house.
Yeah.
But the problem is that just so many people lost their jobs and they couldn't pay it back.
Yeah.
That's what fucked everybody up.
How long does it take for you to get foreclosed on?
If you don't pay, if like I stop paying my mortgage for I think 3 months, then it's gonna be like, all right, you're getting
not that
fucked.
long.
Yeah, but like I said, 2008, everyone loses their job, and they gave loans to people with no money and no income.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if they can't make the $3,000 payment, they're fucked.
$3,000 is a lot.
Yeah, it's like you're fucked, dude.
$3,000 a month is a lot.
Yeah, so a lot of those people just.
Is your mortgage? Do you have a mortgage for this?
I have a mortgage on this place.
Is
yeah.
it expensive?
No. I put a lot down. Luckily, I had a good job when I came out of college.
Because I realize with like mortgages, sometimes it's cheaper than paying rent.
Yes, if you got a good rate. So
Yeah.
like now rates suck and everyone's
Yeah.
paying a high price. Actually, it's easier to rent now, to be honest. Renting is kind of cheap now.
Yeah.
Because they're building so much shit around here.
They built too much. I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, go pee pee. I'll entertain the folks.
Every podcast episode I've ever done.
Big peer. It's all that caffeine, dude. It gets you going. Mina's under the couch. Mina's under the couch right now. Ba 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 ba. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 bow. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, bang, that ice cold Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah. Yeah. Bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. With the world, mama. People act like they got no mama. Everything's on one, but addicted to the drama. No fun, I'm a Zaynama. And we try to start terrorism, but we still got terrorism here living. BI, the big CI, blood from the Crips and the KKK. Boom. I think he's pooping. He's a pooper. That boy had to poop. Poop, 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 poop. Here he is. No upstairs. Yeah. You had a little poopy?
Didn't think I had to.
It's okay. Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes you poop once you thought it was a pee. Where you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's right.
Where there's poop, there's pee.
You ever been standing at a urinal peeing and then you're like, oh my God, I almost shit my pants?
Yeah, you just gotta spin around real quick.
Just fucking squat in that urinal.
Just creaky heater out of there.
Dude. leave a little mud pie in a urinal.
I've been thinking like, because every podcast I do, I always have to pee somewhere. It's because I drink so much caffeine.
That's what it is, man.
And I do drink a lot of water. But if I ever did Joe Rogan's podcast, which is bound to happen at some point, I would get up at least 3 times if it's a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah. I mean, they do cuts for people.
I know, or maybe like it would be once at the beginning and then I'd be fine. It's just because I drink caffeine right before I do a podcast, and so it usually hits me 40 minutes in.
The thing would be, you were right on cue almost. The
40 minutes?
Yeah, right. We started about 50 minutes is when.
It's usually 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, caffeine, Adderall does the same. But if I have an Adderall, I'm peeing every fucking 5 minutes.
You're peeing a lot from Adderall.
I don't understand why.
It just speeds up every process in your body.
Yeah.
You think of any, caffeine does it, Adderall does it. Anything that speeds up your not neurological system, a CNS, central nervous system.
Yeah. There you go.
It speeds up everything, I think.
Dang.
I don't know if it speeds up digestion or anything, but
I don't know. I think it definitely makes my kidneys fucking spit them out, though.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. One thing I'm really scared of is like a kidney stone. You ever had one of those?
No.
Dude, you ever seen photos of a kidney stone?
No, I think so. I think I've Googled it at some point.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, they really hurt.
Yeah, they hurt like a motherfucker.
They got to cut out. Sometimes they just blast them with microwaves.
They do that, but sometimes you got to pee that bitch out, and it's like that fucking big, you know?
Ow.
My dad had one that he had in a little jar.
Yeah.
And he was like, I peed that fucker out. I'm like, I don't think you should be telling people.
Does it make you bleed?
Yeah, it can fuck you up. I think they have like sharp angles and shit. It looks like a little piece of alien metal because like the way it coagulates in your kidney is like weird and obtuse.
I've heard it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's not good, man.
It's weird that your body just is like, all right, out the penis.
I know. That's crazy. But
you couldn't think of a different spot to send this out. Maybe the butt.
Yeah, I mean, shitting that out would be bad, but it wouldn't be as bad as out the penis.
Not if it's in the middle of the shit.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard Arab people masturbate by shoving something in their dick hole.
Arab people?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, that's awful.
You don't think that's true? Sounding?
Have you heard of sounding?
No, what's sounding?
I think it's where you shove a metal rod down your dick and
that's literally it.
It doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't sound fun. I don't think that would be fun at all.
The cum can't come out.
That's not what I would be worried about.
The cum can't come out, and then when you try to cum, it'll get
shoving a rod down your cock. How's the cum gonna come out?
Well, you know how when you stick your finger in a gun, it blows up in the middle. Your penis will just blow up in the middle.
Oh, that is fucking funny. Holy shit. You're just plugging the tip of the dick.
It's like a hose.
Just fucking blown out. Oh my God. You can't put that shit back together. You ever seen that you seen that movie Teeth?
I've never seen it. I know where the lady's vagina has teeth. I've never seen it.
I love this scene where she bites off this guy's cock and the vagina spits it out and he puts it on ice. He goes to the doctor's office. They put him under. They're taking the cock. They're going to reattach it. And then right before the doctor reattaches it, he looks at all the nurses and he says, hardly seems worth it.
Very funny.
It's so good.
And did the girl with the teeth in her vagina, did she know? Did she mean to bite off his dick?
She, in the beginning, she was like, oh, something's going on with my vagina.
Yeah.
She didn't, she almost gets raped, I think, and
Yeah.
she, clenches and fucks this guy up. And then by halfway through the movie, she's like, something's going on. I have a power.
Yeah.
And then she starts seducing guys to fuck them and rip their dick off.
Yeah.
And then by the end, she's just full on villain where some guy at a truck stop is like, hey, baby, you want to go for a ride? And then she's like, sure. Gets right on top of him and just
bites his dick off.
Yeah. That is a weird superpower, but that's,
MCU, make this movie.
Yeah, that would be a good one. It reminds me of Rogue, the X-Men.
What did she do? I forget.
If she touches you, she sucks your life force.
Wow.
So she can't touch anybody.
Yeah, that's right. Which one did Wolverine stab? Which one did Wolverine kill on accident? Because he keeps having nightmares about it. He
killed his.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't his wife.
I want more R-rated MCU. They're always
like
so
Logan?
good.
Yeah, dude.
Logan was so good.
I watched Logan last night.
Deadpool's great. The first one was
Deadpool.
incredible. The second one was fine. Did they come up with a third one?
They did the
Wolverine and Deadpool.
Wolverine. I never saw that one.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I like the Gamble character though. That guy looked fun.
Who's Gamble again?
He's like the the Creole accent.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yeah. That was fun.
What Marvel does well is funny and violent. They need to just do more funny and violent.
Yeah, I think especially since they're leaning more into kids with like games and little shows.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man, lean into the adults,
Do adult
bro.
stuff.
Make it fucking gruesome.
It does seem like there are better movies coming out again because COVID kind of killed movies for a while.
Yeah.
But I did see. What did I see recently? Hated.
See the Dunes?
Thunderbolts. Dune. Not for me. It bores the fuck out of me.
Really?
I'm just not a Dune guy. It's just Dune is just like Mad Max Star Wars.
What a great description.
That's what it is to me.
That's amazing.
The problem with drinking so much caffeine though is I fall asleep at movies so much.
Really?
Especially if it's
on
late.
caffeine?
Because I think I crash.
Oh, you
so
crash
hard. If I go to a 10 o'clock movie, if I eat before 2, I get like the insulin dump, and then I'm just like, I just fall asleep.
Yeah.
I saw 28 Weeks Later. I enjoyed that enough.
28 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I enjoyed it enough. It wasn't what I wanted. But
Was it
I
any of the
enjoyed it.
original characters or all different? Yeah.
Well, it's 28 years later.
Yeah, it's true.
Cillian Murphy isn't 28 years older.
Yeah. Well, he is. So that's...
It
when
came
did
out 28 years ago?
That movie came out in 2000, I think.
okay.
They could have swung it. You know
You're
what I
right.
mean? They could have done it and just made him an old man. I think that would have been pretty good.
I can't remember if he died or not.
28 Weeks Later, that one was pretty good. I like that movie.
Was that with the dad and he abandons the family?
He abandons the family.
Yeah, they're both good. The first 2 are great.
Yeah.
And then I like the twist of like the dad ends up becoming a zombie, but then he comes back.
Yes.
Or they're not zombies; they have rage, but they're zombies.
I mean, they're zombies. They're zombies.
Did you see 28 Years Later?
No, I have not.
Go see it. It's good.
I'll see it. I'll watch it.
saw-
World War Z? You like that one?
Love World War Z. Love World War Z. One of my favorite zombie movies ever. But Brad Pitt is my favorite actor by far.
Oh, really?
I love Brad Pitt.
You know, I respect him, love him, but something about him, I think it's because he knows he's so attractive. It's something about that bothers the fuck out of me. I don't know.
fair.
You know what I mean? This is something about the fact that
Yeah.
you know he walks around like, hey, what's up, girl?
Brad Pitt is, but apparently he's really cool. Like Tom Segura's met him.
That's
Well,
what I've heard.
other
I'm sure
celebrities
he's
that have met
cool,
him.
man. Like when you look like that and you're not imposing in any way, shape, or form, it's like, of course this guy's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I just really liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
movie's great.
Leo and Brad Pitt together is
was
just,
great, phenomenal. I watched
great
Fight
movie.
Club the other day. Amazing.
Fight Club's great.
I watched.
I like the older Brad Pitt gets. I like him more.
Yeah. What else was he in recently?
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train was actually good. But again, there's something about him when he's acting. He just kind of gives off this like, oh, look at me, I'm just a casual guy. But you can tell that he knows like I'm a heartthrob. Like there's something in him that I'm like, come on, dude.
When I'm watching Brad Pitt, I watch it to watch Brad Pitt. I don't care to lose him in the character. But same with Ryan Gosling or Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm watching him to watch Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ryan Gosling seems like he might secretly be a piece of shit.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Apparently, Ryan Reynolds is a psycho.
That's who I was thinking of.
Ryan Reynolds is a psycho.
Ryan
apparently.
Reynolds,
Yeah.
I've heard, is secretly a piece.
Especially after all this Blake Lively whatever guy. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds is a psycho.
He's a psycho.
Which I can see. He kind of looks like a psycho.
He looks like he would be super charming, and then you talk to him for a while, and you're like, oh, you're kind of a dick.
Or like you wrong him in one way, and he just like flips a switch.
And he flips on you. But he looks like he'd be really funny and charming right off the get-go.
I think as long as you're on his good side.
Yeah. Ryan Gosling, I think, is just a great guy.
Yeah.
I think he's just a great fucking guy.
Yeah. Well, because Ryan Gosling is attractive, but if you look at pictures of him straight on, he's not perfect. He's not perfect looking.
You know, they got him for the role because they were like, we don't want a super handsome guy in this movie. The Notebook.
He's still handsome. He won Sexiest Persons Alive.
Right, but when they got him for the audition, they said, we need an average looking dude.
but Hollywood average, which is still like an 8.
Yeah, I guess.
8.5.
I guess.
But he's an example of like someone that gets more attractive the older they get.
True. Like the other one is like Henry Cavill. That dude is just like fucking. Oh my god. You know what I mean? It's just insanely attractive.
Yeah.
That guy, as soon as he turned 10, I bet his parents were like, "This kid's never gonna have to work."
No, but Leonardo DiCaprio, he kind of is like a schlub. Like he's not in shape.
That attractive.
His face is kind of fat, but he's a great actor.
I think he was more attractive younger. Got a very big bump,
he was
and then
hot
now
kid.
Exactly, he was a hot kid. Being a hot kid gets you far.
It does. But
took advantage of the hot kid.
Being a child actor, like a famous child actor, seems to really fuck people up.
Oh, for sure. Well, I don't think Leo is sane.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of shit for dating the women he dates.
Yeah, and it sounds like his pastime is hanging out at nightclubs and just hitting on girls. It sounds like that's all he does.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know his life. That dude's probably so out of touch with just being a regular person. It's crazy.
Well, it's the thing of he talks about climate change, but then flies private.
Exactly. Private jets.
Apparently Taylor Swift is a
Taylor
psycho.
Swift.
She's a psycho.
Those memes of Taylor's like this here's a photo of Taylor Swift going to get some cookies.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night, and it's just a plane in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I love that shit. But why do you think she's a psycho?
I just heard like her and her mom call other pop stars and talk shit.
Oh, really? Interesting. What about the football player she's dating?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Yeah.
He seems...
I saw his podcast. He seems like a normal...
He seems cool. I think his brother is cooler.
Yeah?
I like his brother more.
His brother seems way cooler.
His brother
I can't tell if it's because he's fatter.
He's fatter, so I think he's more humble.
He looks more relatable.
Also, I saw some... there was some clip of like someone... He said faggot. And who's the faggot now? Because like some guy it was like something caught on TMZ, but he was yelling back at someone who called him that. But then they framed him as saying something bad. But like he was just yelling back at
out
someone.
Out of context.
But it's because someone sometimes these people taking pictures of you and like paparazzi, they just get so in your face.
It was the
it's
bad
hard
one
not
I
to
saw
spaz on them.
Was Travis Kelce during the Super Bowl when he went up to the coach and he yelled in his face, and everyone was like, "Why the fuck did he do that?" And it's like, I mean, again, out of context, it's a heated moment. You got to yell sometimes. It's It's fucking intense. You're playing for the Super Bowl. Like you're like, come on, like you're getting in it.
Yeah.
So I get it, but that would suck to get TMZ'd. I don't see TMZ as much as I used to, though.
No, it's not a thing because anyone can get a video now.
Yeah. They probably just go around and buy videos from people. That's probably the big thing they do.
That's a whole thing some people do. They make their income off of just selling videos of celebrities.
Barstool Sports, they do that too. Oh, that's like, Barstool Sports will just buy footage off people and be like, we're going to use it. But that what you said is true. Nightcrawler, you seen that movie?
Yeah, that movie's great.
That movie's so good.
You know what? A good Jake Gyllenhaal movie I saw recently? Roadhouse.
That's interesting because the star rating on that was so bad. I was like, I don't think I'm going to watch it. It's on Amazon. I'll watch it.
I like movies where people beat people up.
Yeah,
like people can just be like people are basically like
Bloodsport.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
I've never seen
Claude Van Damme.
Is it good?
It's good. It's older.
I like a movie where someone is basically invincible at fighting.
And then he just kicks everyone else's ass.
Nobody, Bob Odenkirk.
Oh, that movie's great. Yeah. That movie's fantastic.
Taken, where Liam Neeson just beat.
Taken's
amazing. Someone
basically
is John Wick. Any movie where anyone goes on a rampage of beating everyone's ass.
Just a normal guy who's just cracked. Yeah. I like that. I can get behind that. What's another one? You see normal Roadhouse, regular old school?
No.
Dude, that's another one.
It's good.
It's literally just the whole time he's going, guys, you don't want to do this.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
like
just
that.
fucking kids
I
up.
like when they're like, you don't want to do this.
You don't want to do this.
Yeah.
That's the classic.
It's usually like they get stabbed and it's like, that was a big mistake.
Yeah, guys.
Because then they rip out the knife
and
then they just beat the shit out of everyone.
You're making a huge mistake here. I got that in the beginning of Logan, too. Like he comes out of the car and he's like, guys, you don't want to you don't want to do this. And then he just fucking slices his fucking jaw off with his arm. Dude, it's crazy. I don't know if you could actually slice someone's jaw off with your fucking scissor hands. I don't think that's possible.
It's Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine. Fuck it. It's cool seeing him older and trying to be strong and like, but he's taking shots and he's like, fuck.
But then he died.
Yeah, he died.
Wait, then how did he come? How was he in Deadpool? I forget.
So that as funny. When you're watching on Amazon, they show like trivia on the side, and on the side it said he came back in Deadpool because he said, "I'm never making another Wolverine movie unless it's with Deadpool."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Well, then let's do it."
Well, because Deadpool's very like breaking the fourth wall.
Exactly.
But I forget how he came back.
I don't think they even explained it.
Oh wait, he came out of the grave. I remember. I saw.
Is that what happened?
I think at the beginning he comes out of the ground.
Perfect. Breaking the dead
It's
wall.
hilarious.
Yeah, they just said, fuck the story.
I love that you can do that. Yeah. Who
I
cares?
love that too.
Because I can suspend my disbelief where it's like, I don't
Yeah,
care.
it's like, fuck it. I just want to see a good movie.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck it. That's what and that's what I think Marvel should be doing these days. Is just being like, look, Infinity War was the actual real shit.
Yeah.
Now let's just do
like
fucking
Endgame and
bananas
Infinity
crap.
War. I think that was the end of that era of Marvel.
Yes. They should
felt-
just start
yeah.
taking pitches from people, being like, what's a funny idea? And then
Yeah.
just like get the best voted one.
SpongeBob Marvel crossover.
Yeah. Fucking Nazi Marvel crossover.
Yeah, they should have Hitler. They should do a Hitler in Marvel.
Hitler's an X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, Hitler assembles the world's greatest heroes to fight in the World War II.
Yeah.
That would be such, dude. See, that's a good idea for a movie. That'd be like an Inglorious Bastards type movie.
They had Taika Waititi did that movie Jojo Rabbit.
Great.
They bring Taika because one of the best, my favorite Marvel movies is Thor Ragnarok.
Great.
Directed by Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi, yeah.
And they had Jeff Goldblum in it as like the trash planet guy.
Yes.
And Taika Waititi's good at, he should do more Marvel movies. He should do a Jojo Rabbit Marvel crossover.
Yeah. That's good. And I love that. Have you seen From the Wilderness or whatever? Wilderness Explorers. It's about the kid that gets adopted in New Zealand and then he runs out into the bush.
No.
It's another Taika Waititi movie. It's so
Is it
good.
funny?
It's funny as hell, dude. It's
to watch
so fucking funny. But yeah, Jojo Rabbit was great. And Glorious Bastards, another great example. Like, that's not how it ended.
No.
But
Yeah.
it's funny to just be like,
I mean, even
fuck the ending.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's not how that ended.
That's not how that ended. Just fuck history. Like, this is what I think would have been cooler.
Yeah.
I think they should do that.
Maybe Hitler comes back to life. Maybe zombie Hitler.
Crawls out of the grave.
Yeah. Or the bunker, wherever he's buried. Is Hitler buried somewhere?
So when he shot himself,
Yeah.
allegedly, the Russians have his body, allegedly, but all they could get was his skull, allegedly, because when he shot himself, he ordered his guards to take his body out back and then burn it because he didn't want his corpse taken.
Yeah. Interesting.
But so they had a skull. But then there's the theories of people being like, he got away, he's in Argentina or some shit. And it's like, I don't know if I believe all that.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. I think he
Yeah,
fucking
he's in
killed himself.
Argentina with Elvis and Tupac.
Yeah, right. I don't think he'd be hanging out with those guys.
No.
He would rationalize somehow that Elvis is a Jew and Tupac's black, so that wouldn't be a great combo. No. There are a lot of fucking Germans in Argentina, though, that got away. It's a
I know
fuckload
that.
of them.
Yeah, that's why there's a lot of white people in Argentina.
Yeah.
Descendants of Nazis.
The Germans. But there was a theory that he got away to Antarctica because they had a base out there. Yeah.
Awful time.
Yeah.
Who owns Antarctica?
So it's just like globally a research area.
Yeah.
So like there's no flag.
So there's no king.
But I'm the king of Antarctica.
There's no king or president.
Well,
No one lives in Antarctica, right?
Nobody lives there.
pretty
But
inhospitable.
Metallica did a concert there once so that they could get a concert done in every continent.
That's crazy. Did anyone go?
I think a couple penguins.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah, they do have sections. So like certain parts of Antarctica are like this is the U.S. section.
Yeah.
This is the Sweden
that's
section.
cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. You ever seen The Thing? Oh, that's a good movie. It's where they're in Antarctica and they unearth this ice thing, and
I've heard of it.
and it turns into people,
Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
and it pretends to be a person.
It's a good classic movie, right?
So good.
Yeah.
Fucking so fun.
to
It
watch
still holds up. I watched it the other day and I was like, this shit holds up, bro. It's so fucking good. Because it's just such a good, it's like Among Us. You ever played that game Among Us?
No.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like where the two people are villains and they're pretending to be good guys.
Oh, that's cool.
It is so fun.
That sounds good.
It's very fun. And then you have to lie to your friends to like get farther into the game.
Are there guns and stuff?
So at the end of a round, like when someone finds a dead body, everyone goes into a channel and they're all talking. And it's like, I saw him near the body here. And he goes, no, I was over there. And so everyone's trying to like defend their point.
Among Us is, you're like, you do it with your friends.
Yes.
But is it like online and you're all trying to figure out who's the bad guy? It's
online. And then we're all trying to figure out who killed the guy. And then at the end, everyone votes to evict someone from the ship. And then you shoot them out. But if the actual villain gets away with it, then... So it's fucking good because it makes you hate your friends. And I like a game like that. Mm-hmm. I like a game that makes you go, damn, dude, you're actually more crazy than I thought you were, you know?
Wow.
I play a lot of video games.
That's good. I've tried to get into them, but I was playing Helldivers 2 for a minute.
Oh, that's what my friends are playing today.
It's a fun game.
Yeah.
I just, I don't have a lot of time.
You got a PC? PlayStation?
Yeah, I do. I have a gaming laptop.
Gaming laptop?
Play on there.
Yeah, Helldivers is fun.
External monitor.
Yeah. Yeah, Among Us was big during the pandemic because it came out right when everyone was locked the fuck down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm big on that. Big on games. What else? You ever play Werewolf?
No.
Ooh, it's another one. You got to lie to your friends. Mm-hmm. I like a game where you got to lie to your friends.
Games.
I like that game. I like it so much.
Well, I'll tell you what, Eric. I have to go.
You have to go?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Hour 15.
Hour 15?
I usually do about an hour.
Okay.
How long do you usually do?
Dude, I'm usually here like 2 days ago. I did one for 3.5.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have that kind of time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I should have told you I only had like an hour.
That's okay.
That's what I usually do.
That's okay. That was good. That was good.
I had fun.
I had fun. Then we will call it.
Cool.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm down to do it again at some point.
Yeah. We'll call it a part 1.
Perfect, yeah.
And then we'll do a part 2.
I'll be back playing for more.